Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Automation Hub Sathak, and in today's video we will learn about one thing which is known as groups. Okay, this is something which is very important in TestNG. It actually helps you to group your test cases and group certain methods which you want to use and certain which you do not want to use. Okay, so our topic will be related to groups. So without any further delay, let's go directly and jump into our code. So let's see this. For example, this is a particular okay, I'll work with this. Yep, let me work with this, not a problem. So I'll, in this src main java, even though I should not, but let me go ahead. I'll make a new package. Okay, so let me make a new package, and this is predominantly I'm trying to show how groups work. I'm not trying to be exactly focusing on the technical aspect of a particular design framework. I'm just explaining you how groups actually work in a real-time scenario. So I'll make a package known as test groups. Okay, now here let's say I'm gonna make a few classes. So let's say the register class. Okay, I'll make another class known as login class. I'll make another class known as homepage class. I'll make another class known as, let's say, logout class. So I'm making few few classes inside a package known as test groups. See, please do not adhere to each and exact bit of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to showcase in the form of a training format how it might work. These names of packages and classes are purely rudimentary in terms of explaining things and explaining concepts. You can change or manipulate accordingly as per your project. Anyways, so let's say for example I'll go to register Java, this particular class, and I'll introduce a test case. Okay, public void register user. Okay, SYSO, this is registration test. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and add another test case, public void valid reg user. SYSO, this is validating registered user. Okay, this looks fine. Now what I'll do is I'll copy these two, then I'll go to login, I'll paste it here, and I'll change as login user and valid login user. So this is login test, this is validating login user. Okay, then I'll go to register, I'll go to home page and I'll copy the same thing. The only thing is I'll change it, public void home page landing, this is home page landing test, and then I will write home page profile logo. For example, this is validating profile logo in home page. Okay, then I'll go to logout and I'll copy paste the same thing. I'll write here validate logout functionality. One second, this is logout test, and public void logout message or notification, whatever it is. This is logout notification message kind of a thing, which is here. Okay, now these are the 4 test cases which we have written. Now let's go ahead and understand. Let us go to the first class here. So what are the groups that you technically encounter in your software testing field? What are the group tests? One second guys, one second, my okay. So what are the different groups that you will encounter? Let's say you have unit test as a group. You can have a sanity test as a group. Okay, let's say smoke test as one group. You can have sanity test as another group. Okay, you can have let's say regression test as another group. You can have UAT test as another group. So you can have multiple, groups. Okay, so what I'll do is, let's say for example, I will, how do you define groups here? So in your test case, you go here alongside the test annotation, we will write groups equal to, let's say I will give unit test. Okay, let's say for example, for this particular register user test case, I have unit test as the groups. Here what I'll do is, and I'll give this as priority 1, priority equals to 1. Okay, this is one thing I've done. Here I'll prioritize it to 2, spelling priority equals to 2, and I'll write depends on methods. This, it probably depends on this method. Okay, so I'll do this much. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll give it to different groups. One is unit test, comma, I'll give smoke test. Fine, so this looks okay with you. Now let's go ahead to register, and after that there's login test. Okay, so login test here also I'll give priority equals to 1. I'll write groups equal to, let's say this one has smoke test as the group. Okay, and here I'll give priority equals to 2, depends on methods equal to this method, that is login user, and I will add 2 different groups to it. One I'll give smoke test, and the other I'll give sanity test. Okay, now this much works fine. Now let me go to home page, and we will see I will not give any grouping or nothing, we'll leave it blank. Okay, and register user I will logout user, I will give this as priority equals to 1. I'll groups equal to, let's say, UAT test. Okay, and this one I'll give priority equals to 2. I'll write depends on methods equal to log out functionality. Okay, and I will write groups equal to, so first I'll write UAT test, and let's say I will write prod test, something like that, some group I'm giving. So now these things are done. What do we do next? We have to use testng.xml file to actually run all these groups. So if I want to run only these particular 4 class files in a testng.xml format, so what should I do? I'll select all these 4, right click, convert to testng. I already have a testng XML file in this particular project, so I'll use testng1 for my reference only. Okay, I'll finish it. Okay, it already exists, so so what I'll do is I'll convert to let's say testng groups, something like this I'll give. Fine, now I'll bring this testng groups to my src main resources. I'll place it here. Okay, now I'll go to testng groups. If you see, it has a name suite. Let's say suite groups I'll give. I'll remove the thread count, I don't want. I'll give the name as test for groups. Okay, the naming conventions. Now here what I need to do is I need to add groups here. Okay, so I need to add groups. So now there is one more command, run, and here you are including one second guys, let me go back to the okay. No, not here, probably here. No, and I created something. One second guys. SRC resources have I created here? Nope, I have not created here. I'm working on this one. Yes, you have to give something like, okay, run, and then you have to include name, and that's it. You have to include name, and that's mostly it. So I'll okay, we were here, right? So we'll include what you want to use. Let's say for example we want to use unit test or smoke test or anything we want to use. So we'll include, let's say, smoke test. Okay, and we can also add another. We need to close the tag. We can introduce another name here, another group. We can introduce include name equal to, let's say, unit test. So unit test, we have to be very careful with what exactly then UNIT all in small. Unit test, close this, saved it. Now let's go ahead, right click, run as TestNG suite. So you see, these are the test cases that got passed because of the involvement of smoke test and unit test. So whichever groups it has, those cases will get executed. Okay, so I have smoke test and unit test for these particular methods which had these particular outputs, so these will come in. Let's say for example you don't want to include unit test, so you can mention here exclude. So exclude, save it, and then right click, run as TestNG test. See, when we exclude unit tests, all those test cases which had smoke test as the groups will run. So what does this? So what does grouping actually give you? What advantage and what privilege do you get? The privilege is, let's say for example, you want to run only certain test cases which are in certain groups. You don't want to run all of them. Let's say for example, one particular groups you want to check. Okay, I want to run only the test cases which are in unit test groups. So similarly, you can configure your XML file, and then you can go ahead and do it. So here you can include, exclude, and all those things. You can give more include and more exclude for all unit tests, smoke tests, or whatever tests I have given. You can add these, and then you can run. So this should work absolutely fine. And I had written a small note before here. So what this does is TestNG allows you to perform sophisticated grouping of test methods. You can declare methods belonging to certain groups. We did that, and can specify groups that contain other groups. So we also did that, certain other groups as well. Okay, and then you can use TestNG to invoke and include a certain set of groups. You can exclude other groups as well. So we did everything. Okay, we added one group, we added multiple groups, we then went to TestNG, we included certain groups, we excluded certain other groups, and then we ran and we received the output as well. So this is something which is very brief about groups. I hope you liked this session, and if you did, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Automation Hub Sarthak. Sarthak here, thank you so much. Signing off.